Welcome and welcome back. Today we're gonna do a little something different. We are gonna check the vibe. Spirit specifically told me that somebody out there needed to check in on their son. So this is for somebody who has children, obviously. Not everybody's gonna have children and not everyone is gonna have a son specifically. If you have a daughter or you have questions about family dynamics and stuff like that, feel free to book something on my website, which is www.kc-lynn.com. It's in the description box and everything. But today this is for somebody who, has a son, has maybe felt a little weird, a little disconnected, a little worried about them and kind of what's going on with them. So we're going to check into that today. The first thing I'll say is I did light a candle. I was specifically told to light a yellow candle for the solar plexus chakra. So I do think that your son is struggling a little bit with like happiness and confidence and self-love, and the candle keeps going in and out. So I find that very interesting. But without further ado, let's go. First of all, this is a really cute card. You have 23, cupcake, and it says the body positive card. Yeah, dude, I think that's what's going on with your son. I really feel like the weirdness and the depression and the sadness and almost like the lashing out is kind of what I'm hearing, or like the snappiness has a lot to do with your son's, how they feel about themselves physically with the solar plexus and everything, right? That confidence, that chakra. They might be gaining weight, they might be losing a lot of weight, this can go both ways. Definitely hearing that they're not eating correctly. I feel like they're eating a lot of junk food, and even if that doesn't translate into like weight gain or anything, I am hearing that's what's caught, like the sugar and shit is what's causing the like bitchiness and the sassiness. So good news is, right, like this isn't some dire thing where I think that your son is in danger, or like there's something that we really need to do to like help them at this point in time, at least whoever this message is for. But I do think it's worth checking in on your son, dude. I feel like, regardless of their orientation or anything like that, like to be a man in this society these days, dude, is fucking crazy. I mean, for women as well, like for everyone, don't get me wrong. But there's this need to be like manly and strong and buff and like a protector and all of these things, and I feel like your son right now is kind of struggling with all that. I think they're trying to find who they are as a person, what they like, and I think some of the things that they're interested in may be a little softer, do you know what I mean? And I feel like I just heard bullying, so for those that are kind of younger, maybe in school or something like that, I do feel like people are being assholes to them at school for them just trying to figure out who they are. For some people, this could be like an LGBTQ thing. I don't see that necessarily for everybody. This more so just feels to me like I think your son might be going through a little emotional turmoil. I feel like they might be kind of hard on their bodies. I think when our solar plexus gets low and we lose that confidence, we tend to eat shittier food. It affects our sacral chakra, and then it works its way up and it becomes verbal and kind of passive aggressive and things like that. So check in on your son. Make sure they're eating healthily, make sure they're getting enough exercise, make sure they're getting enough time to release their feelings and are able to be true and authentic to themselves. I hope you encourage that for them, and this whole thing will turn around. I don't think that this is anything dire, but I get it. I get why you're concerned, right? Like I think they're going through some shit, and I think it would be really helpful if you checked in and asked how they were. Thanks so much for supporting me, guys. If there is a question or something you want me to check the vibe on, make sure you comment below, and I'll see you next time.